The 1960s gave us iconic bands that defined an era. But what about the ones that never got their due? Why did these talented groups remain in the shadows? From psychedelic pioneers to soulful ensembles, here are 12 of the most underrated 1960s bands we desperately need back in our lives.
Love can make you feel so good.
The Bobby Fuller Four. The Bobby Fuller Four was a band that deserved much more recognition for their distinctive mix of rockabilly and pop. Established in 1962 in El Paso, Texas by Bobby Fuller, the group gained attention for their lively performances and memorable songs. Their biggest hit, I Fought the Law, written by Sonny Curtis of the Crickets, became an iconic anthem of rebellion and remained celebrated for its energy and message. One remarkable aspect of the band was their skill in blending different musical styles. Bobby Fuller drew significant inspiration from Buddy Holly, which shaped the band's sound into a unique combination of rock and roll, rockabilly, and pop. Their music carried a raw, dynamic energy, with Fuller's distinctive voice and guitar work taking center stage. Although I Fought the Law was their most well-known song, the band also released hits like Let Her Dance and Love's Made a Fool of You, showcasing their wide-ranging talent. Despite their brief time in the spotlight, the Bobby Fuller Four made a significant impact on music. The mysterious death of Bobby Fuller in 1966, at the age of 23, added a tragic layer to the band's enduring legacy. As we've seen with the Bobby Fuller Four, ever wondered how an Australian band like the Easy Beats made their mark? Stick around to the end to find out. Tommy James and the Shondells. Tommy James and the Shondells were a band that truly deserved more recognition for their innovative music and catchy hits. They began in 1964 in Niles, Michigan, and quickly became famous with their mix of rock, pop, and a touch of psychedelic influence. Their biggest song, I Think We're Alone Now, released in 1967, became an instant hit and remained popular for many years. What made Tommy James and the Shondells interesting was their ability to change their sound. They started with bubblegum pop hits like Hanky Panky, but later moved towards a more psychedelic style with songs like Crimson and Clover and Crystal Blue Persuasion. This shift showed their flexibility and willingness to try different genres. The band's success wasn't just tied to I Think We're Alone Now. They also had other big hits like Money Money and Sweet Cherry Wine, which helped secure their place in music history. Even though they gained significant popularity, Tommy James and the Shondells did not always receive the credit they deserved for their impact on the music scene in the 1960s. The Monks. The Monks were a unique band that deserved much more recognition for their groundbreaking music. They came together in 1964, made up of American soldiers who were stationed in Germany. Their music was very different from anything else, pushing boundaries with a sound that was ahead of its time. Their only album, Black Monk Time, came out in 1966 and showed their innovative approach to creating music. The Monks mixed different types of music, combining rock, garage rock, and early punk to create a rough, energetic sound. They used distortion, feedback, and unusual instruments like the electric banjo, giving their music a raw edge. The band's lyrics tackled social and political topics, which was bold for that period. Their appearance matched their music. They wore black outfits and shaved the tops of their heads to look like monks, creating a distinctive and striking visual. This, combined with their bold lyrics and experimental sound, made them stand out from other bands in the 1960s.
Watch me now.
The Sonics. The Sonics were a band that truly deserved more recognition for their groundbreaking role in proto-punk music. They began in 1960 in Tacoma, Washington, and quickly became known for their intense and energetic sound that was ahead of its time. Their music was rough, aggressive, and hard-edged, making a big impact on the development of punk and garage rock around the world. The Sonics had a special ability to mix different music styles, blending rock, garage rock, and early punk to create a powerful and unique sound. They used distortion, feedback, and simple but catchy chord progressions in their songs. Tracks like Strychnine, Psycho, and The Witch were perfect examples of their raw energy and rebellious attitude. The band's live performances were legendary because of their high energy and intense presence on stage. They played at local venues like the Spanish Castle Ballroom and the Evergreen Ballroom, quickly becoming known for their electrifying shows. The Sonics made a lasting mark on the music world, inspiring many future punk and garage bands with their bold sound and fierce performances.
It's too late to say you're sorry.
The Zombies. The Zombies' 1968 album, Odyssey and Oracle, was widely praised as a masterpiece of Baroque pop and psychedelic rock. Despite not selling well at first, it later gained critical acclaim and a loyal fan base. It was recorded in the iconic Abbey Road Studios and Olympic Studios in London, showcasing the band's intricate harmonies and creative use of studio techniques. The album's tracks highlighted their exceptional musicality, blending innovative arrangements with emotional depth. Time of the Season, released as a single, became a surprise success in the United States, climbing to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1969. The song's unforgettable bass line and catchy chorus helped make it a classic that resonated with listeners. Other songs like Care of Cell 44, which told the uplifting story of a man anticipating his lover's release from prison, and A Rose for Emily, a touching ballad inspired by William Faulkner's short story, showcased the album's variety and lyrical depth. The album's distinct sound was marked by lush arrangements and the use of unusual instruments, including the mellotron, which gave it an eerie orchestral quality. The Zombies' dedication to detail and willingness to experiment made Odyssey and Oracle stand apart from many albums of its time. Love. Love, a Los Angeles band created in 1965, was led by the gifted Arthur Lee. It stood out as one of the earliest racially diverse American rock bands, mixing musical styles like folk rock, garage rock, and psychedelia. The group's classic lineup featured Arthur Lee, guitarist and vocalist Brian McLean, bassist Ken Forsey, guitarist Johnny Eccles, and drummer Alban Snoopy Feisterer. Despite achieving limited commercial success, Love had a major influence on the music world, with their third album, Forever Changes, released in 1967, earning recognition as a masterpiece in music history. This album highlighted their unique style by blending orchestral arrangements with rock and folk influences. Memorable tracks such as Alone Again and A House Is Not a Motel showcased the band's creativity and innovative approach to songwriting and sound. Arthur Lee's vision and artistry played a crucial role in shaping the group's legacy. While the band never reached widespread fame, critics and fellow musicians highly regarded their work. In 2011, Forever Changes was inducted into the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry, solidifying its importance as a cultural and historical achievement.
I've never seen
The Pretty Things. The Pretty Things, a band that started in London in 1963, became famous for their wild live shows and innovative approach to music. Vocalist Phil May and guitarist Dick Taylor, who had previously played with the Rolling Stones, started the group. The original members also included bassist Johnny Stacks, guitarist Brian Pendleton, and drummer Viv Prince. They quickly gained attention in the UK for their high-energy performances and rebellious image, which set them apart from other bands of the time. Their early music drew heavily from blues and rhythm and blues, with songs like Don't Bring Me Down and Honey I Need climbing the UK charts. Despite the success, they found it difficult to reach the same level of popularity in the United States. In 1968, they released the rock opera SF Sorrow, a groundbreaking album that told the story of a character named Sebastian F. Sorrow. The album's mix of a conceptual narrative and psychedelic sound influenced many musicians in the years that followed. Tracks such as Balloon Burning and Barren Saturday showcase their creativity and forward-thinking approach, cementing their place in music history as pioneers of experimental rock. The Electric Prunes. The Electric Prunes, a psychedelic rock band from Los Angeles, came together in 1965. The original group featured James Lowe on vocals, Ken Williams on guitar, Mark Tulin on bass, and Michael Quint Weekly on drums. They quickly stood out for their experimental sound, which included fuzz-toned guitars and innovative recording methods. Their song, I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night, released in 1966, became a hit and is regarded as a defining piece of the psychedelic rock genre. This track, with its haunting atmosphere and oscillating sound effects, captured the spirit of the 1960s psychedelic movement. Another successful song, Get Me to the World on Time, further established their reputation. Known for their high-energy performances and adventurous music, they gained recognition for pushing creative boundaries. Their second album, Underground, allowed them greater artistic freedom and showcased their talent for blending diverse musical styles. In 1968, they released the ambitious album Mass in F Minor, composed by David Axelrod, featuring intricate arrangements. Although it was less commercially successful, it demonstrated their boldness. After disbanding in 1970, the Electric Prunes reunited in 1999 and continued performing and recording new music. The 13th Floor Elevators. The 13th Floor Elevators started their journey in Austin, Texas in 1965 and became trailblazers of psychedelic rock. Vocalist and guitarist Rocky Erickson, electric jug player Tommy Hall, and guitarist Stacy Sutherland brought the band to life, with bassist Benny Thurman and drummer John Ike Walton completing the original group. Their first single, You're Gonna Miss Me, released in 1966, gained nationwide attention, climbing to number 55 on the Billboard charts. This track, fueled by Erickson's striking vocals and raw energy, became a standout in the psychedelic rock genre. The innovative use of electric jug, introduced by Hall, created a distinctive sound that separated them from other bands of their time. The group released 4 albums during their initial run: The Psychedelic Sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators in 1966, Easter Everywhere in 1967, Live in 1968, and Bull of the Woods in 1969. Their music merged rock, blues, and folk with experimental, psychedelic elements. Despite facing challenges like legal troubles and internal conflicts, they left a significant mark on psychedelic rock. Bands such as ZZ Top and Primal Scream credited the 13th Floor Elevators as a key influence on their own music. The Seeds. The Seeds, a grunge band from Los Angeles, started in 1965 and quickly gained attention for their raw sound and energetic performances. Sky Saxon led the group with his charismatic vocals, joined by Jan Savage on guitar, Rick Andridge on drums, and Daryl Hopper on keyboards. Their music stood out for its gritty and unpolished style, making them unique compared to many other bands of the time. Their hit song, Pushin' Too Hard, released in 1966, reached the top 40 and became a classic in garage rock genre. The driving rhythm and rebellious lyrics reflected the spirit of the 1960s counterculture. Other popular tracks, including Can't Seem to Make You Mine and Mr. Farmer, also achieved significant success. The band's high-energy live performances earned them a strong following in Southern California. Although they struggled to achieve national fame, their influence on garage and punk rock remained undeniable after their breakup in 1972. The Shondells. The Shondells, a garage rock band from Los Angeles, started in 1962 and gained fame for their hit song Dirty Water. Larry Tamlin, a keyboardist and vocalist, and Tony Valentino, a guitarist, started the group. Their classic lineup included bassist Gary Lane and drummer Dick Dodd, a former Mouseketeer. In 1966, their producer Ed Cobb wrote Dirty Water, which became a Boston anthem despite the band's California roots. The song reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and resonated with its gritty sound and rebellious 1960s spirit. It was regularly played at Boston Red Sox and Bruins games, keeping its legacy alive. Known for energetic performances and a bold image, the Shondells appeared in low-budget films and TV shows like The Munsters, where they performed I Wanna Hold Your Hand. Songs like Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White and Why Pick on Me also stood out. Though their popularity declined, the band reunited in the 1980s to perform and release new music. The Easy Beats. The Easy Beats, an Australian rock band from Sydney in 1964, gained fame for their song Friday on My Mind. Lead singer Stevie Wright and rhythm guitarist George Young created a band with lead guitarist Harry Vanda, bassist Dick Diamond, and drummer Snowy Fleet. All 5 members came from Europe, bringing a unique cultural mix to their music. Their breakthrough came in 1965 with She's So Fine, which reached number 3 on the Australian charts. This success sparked a wave of popularity nicknamed Easy Fever, with fans showing great enthusiasm at their shows. In 1966, the band moved to the United Kingdom and worked with producer Shel Talmy on Friday on My Mind, a hit that topped the Australian charts and reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite early success, financial struggles and internal conflicts led to their split in 1969. Wright pursued a solo career, while Vanda and Young excelled as producers, collaborating with bands like AC/DC. These 12 underrated 1960s bands remind us of music's hidden gems waiting to be rediscovered. Which bands do you think deserve more recognition? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trips down music's memory lane. Thanks for watching.